Okay, in this video, we're going to solve this problem right here, and so let's begin. So this denominator, if you expand, you get x times x squared is x cubed. So the denominator power of 3 is bigger than the numerator power of 2. And so we're going to need to use partial fraction. So at this point, I'm going to ignore the integral, and I'm going to focus on doing this partial fraction. So we have x squared plus 1 divided by x parentheses x squared plus 3. Now, I classify this type of partial fraction as type 3 distinct quadratic factor because this piece right here is our quadratic. And so what we're going to get is a divided by x, our linear factor, plus, because we have a quadratic factor, we're going to say bx plus c divided by x squared plus 3. Now, we don't want to work with fractions, so what I'm going to do is clear out the denominator. So I'm going to multiply everything by x times parentheses x squared plus 3. By doing this, this denominator gets canceled and we get x squared plus 1 is equal to a times parentheses. The x's cancel, but we still have x squared plus 3, close it, plus parentheses bx plus c, close it, times x. Next, I'm going to expand. So a times x squared, so ax squared, a times 3, so you could say plus 3a, plus bx times x, so bx squared, and then c times x, so cx. So x squared, x squared, x squared. Now I'm going to group the x squared, this piece, this piece, this piece. So we're going to use systems of equation. So this is 1x squared. So I'm going to say 1 is equal to a plus b. Now, do I have an x? No, I don't have an x on this side, so I'm going to say 0 is equal to, this is the only piece with an x, so 0 is equal to c. Then we're going to do the constant. We do have a constant of 1, so 1 is equal to 3a. That's our only constant, so 3a. So we know 0 is equal to c. We know that. We can easily solve for a. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So a is equal to 1/3. And once we know a, it's easy to get b. So 1 is equal to 1/3 plus b. So b is equal to 2/3. Now I'm going to rewrite, and then we'll take it to another page. So instead of saying a divided by x, I know a is 1/3. So we can rewrite it as the integral of 1/3 divided by x dx plus the integral. We know b is 2/3, so 2/3 x, and c is 0, so you can put plus 0 or just leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone. Divided by x squared plus 3 dx. Now I'm going to take this to the next page. So this part is very easy. We're going to get 1/3 ln, the absolute value of x. This piece right here, we're going to use u substitution. We can say that u is equal to x squared plus 3, then du is equal to 2x dx. From here, I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides, so du divided by 2 is equal to x dx. I'm doing this because x dx, I'm going to now replace with du divided by 2. If it was 2x, we couldn't do that. So now we can say plus 2/3, the integral, x dx is getting replaced with du divided by 2. So I'm going to say 1 divided by u, because u is x squared plus 3, times du divided by 2. And so we have 1/3 ln, the absolute value of x, close it. The 2 we'll put in the denominator. 3 times 2 is 6, so we have plus 2 divided by 6 ln, the absolute value of u, plus c. Now we can say our answer will be 1/3 ln, the absolute value of x, plus 2 divided by 6 is 1/3 ln. Now I'm going to replace u with what it is, x squared plus 3. Now this is very important. X squared plus 3, no matter what value x you put, you could put -5, 0, 2, anything, you're going to get a positive value. Because you're going to get a positive value, I'm not going to put the absolute value symbol anymore. I'm going to put regular parentheses. And so we can say x squared plus 3. Because really the absolute value symbol at this point is non-essential. Because again, if I put -5, -5 times -5 is 25. 25 plus 3 is 28. So it's not going to make a difference whether you have an absolute value or not. And the reason also, additionally, the reason I also remove the absolute value symbol, often with an online calculator, you're not going to see this absolute value symbol if it's non-essential. And so that's why I went ahead and changed to parentheses. Then plus c. And this right here is our final answer. And that's all we need to do for this problem.